And we're live. Good evening, fellow malcontented communists, and welcome to another episode of Blizzard Comedy Broadcast Avalanche. My name is Johnny Collins, and today I'm dressed in the style I like to call a festive neo-goth. Exactly. Oh, bollocks. I've left. I can hear myself. What's going on? Are we done? Oh, good. I'm festive neo-goth in that I'm dressed in my usual blacks and greys, but I have green, yellow, and red on my nails to help me cosplay as all that 90s wrapping paper. In the news this month, former CNN president Chris Cuomo, I didn't research how to pronounce his name, so that's what his name is now. Chris Cuomo has been fired after helping his brother fight sexual harassment allegations. This was described as being a gross breach of journalistic ethics at CNN. Chris Cuomo is expected to start his job at Fox News any day now. In other news, Netflix has announced a new Dave Chappelle project, despite backlash to his latest Netflix special. The project isn't actually comedy; it's actually a time travel research effort to transport the world back to 1998, when it was actually a relevant part of the cultural zeitgeist. Former government advisor Allegra Stratton has resigned following joking about holding a Christmas party during lockdown restrictions last Christmas. Last Christmas, she held a party, and the very next year, she held accountability. This year, to protect the corrupt, she'll play Boris Johnson's scapegoat. I spent ages trying to find a rhyme for corrupt, and then realized the actual song doesn't rhyme, so fucking win. A Royal Marine has sold his medals for £150,000 to help his children. A truly selfless act that will give his children a great head start in life, letting them invest in housing, business, or one PlayStation 5 at scalper cost. Why are they still so hard to buy? They've been out like a year now. That's basically middle-aged as far as console. Craig Wright, a computer scientist who claims to be the founder of Bitcoin, has won a £40 billion legal battle. Unfortunately, Elon Musk has just tweeted that Tesla will now only be accepting Habbo hotel credits from now on, which makes his Bitcoin wealth worth about as much as the price of a Bounty bar. Boris Johnson has announced the birth of a new daughter. Wow, another daughter. That means, according to Boris, he now has a whole one child. Congratulations. Medical trials of needle-free COVID vaccine targeting new variants have begun, delivered through the skin by a jet of air. Oh, brilliant. Now we don't even need needles to give people 5G autism. Soon we'll be able to do it long range with 5G autism air rifles. Yeah, isn't the future brilliant? I'm so sorry. COVID passes have started in England, despite Tory rebels in the Conservative Party. Over 18s must now prove they are either double jabbed or have had a recent negative COVID test to enter certain venues. I don't know why there's such a fuss about this in the Tory Party, to be honest. The COVID pass app is blue. Wasn't this the entire point of Brexit? You'll be able to exercise your sovereignty even more locally. With a Supreme Court case for passports to allow gender-neutral options has been lost. The court says the applicant's gender is a biographical detail which can be used to confirm identity and therefore must remain on the passport. But, so is your face, and that's already on there. I'm just saying, of all the fail-safes on passport security, a binary option which can only narrow down population by at most 51% is hardly going to be what catches identity theft and passport fraud. Fucking ridiculous. Melania Trump has launched an NFT platform in her first public endeavor since leaving the White House. He was devastated to find out that NFT doesn't actually stand for not fucking Trump. Eric Clapton has sued a 55-year-old German widow for selling a bootleg CD of his on eBay for $11, which seems like a dick move on his part, unless he was suing on the grounds that none of his work is actually worth anywhere near that price and is unethical to sell his work for less than 24 cents. BBC has unfortunately dropped plans for a 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps sequel, citing a lack of audience appeal and relatability, explaining that in Brexit Britain, less than 1% of the country can actually afford a round of 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. And finally, the CEO of Better.com, Vishal Garg, announced that the mortgage company is laying off nearly 10% of its workforce over Zoom. Oh, God, imagine being on a Zoom call only to find out that you're unemployed effective immediately. The only worst thing I can think of is being on a Zoom call, only to find out you're now obliged to take part in 2 hours of news quizzes and games for the entertainment of about 20 people on Twitch. On that note,
oh, shit.
Please welcome team captains. We've got Katie Mitchell and Kirstie Summers.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. What's up?
Hello, and welcome our guests for today. We've got RADU Isaac, Ian Lane, and Jen DURBENT. Wonderful. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Where do we start? Let's start with everyone's favorite, Kirstie. How are you doing? I realize I've shown bias immediately with it.
I was really hoping you would go with anyone other than me because I've got a mouthful of chocolate.
That's fine. Well,
I'm good.
I can come back to you. It's fine.
I've started now with my mouthful, so apologies for the obvious chocolatey noise as I speak. I have to describe myself. I've not done this yet.
Yeah.
I'm like a short white person with. I should have googled this. What's the word for like a flaccid mohawk? I don't know what it's called when it's down.
I think it should just be that.
With
pigeon.
like with short purple hair, big square glasses, and a Gengar hoodie, and a pink T-shirt that says "I'm not okay" on it because I'm nothing if not like transparent. And behind me, I've got a poster that says "Never trust a Tory." In case anyone had any doubts. I'm doing well, thank you, Johnny. I am all done up for the year, I think, and I'm just I've packed up all of my life and my Christmas presents, and as soon as this is over, I'm going to my dad's house for the holidays. So, looking forward to doing that before it's illegal to leave the city.
Yeah, when you say immediately after this, do you mean like tomorrow or just like as soon as we finish, you're fucking off?
No, I mean like it's this is supposed to finish like 9:30, right? My dad's coming at 10.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'm just going to be
we literally can't overrun, okay.
Oh, like you can, but he can wait outside in the cold. I will tell him it's your fault.
Can we have an extra team member?
Right, so my dad is a bald white man from Luton who is pushing 60. I'm not sure he's quite the demographic our audience is best friends with. One time my dad was like roasting me and my brother and sister over all of our tattoos, saying they don't look cool, and we were like, well, we outnumber you, so shut up. In the end, we got him to admit that actually there was a tattoo he kind of wanted, and we were like, well, go on, tell us what it is, like maybe we'll get you it for your birthday. And he said he wanted the Free England Lions, and we were like, nah, mate, you don't need that. You're too like old and bald and white and living in Luton for that. Like, no.
Fantastic. Well, it's good to have you on the show. I feel like it's been a while since you've actually done one of these shows, but maybe that's just because time doesn't mean anything anymore.
Well, that's the thing. We have one once a month, and because we alternate between 4 captains, it's been like 3 or 4 months, which obviously feels way longer because of.
It has. Okay, now. Oh, I'm not sure if that's my internet or the internet of the Zoom, but either way, glad to have you here. Hopefully it's not my internet, but we will find out soon. It has been playing up recently, so hopefully it's not going to pick now to do it. Yeah, it is my internet. Wonderful. I don't know how clearly I'm coming through.
We can hear you.
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Cool. Well, hopefully you'll continue to hear me. Otherwise, the show will have no structure, which, I mean, might make it better. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for joining, Kirstie. Have you got anything coming up that you'd like to share with our lovely viewers on this fine evening?
Oh, that's a loaded question, mate. I don't know. If we don't go into another lockdown, I'm doing a New Year's Eve party at the New Cross Inn. If we don't go into lockdown, which at this point is a big fat if that I do not trust. But I might be doing that. Otherwise, I think the only thing I have to talk about is next week's Other Blizzard, which just today, it was always going to be a charity fundraiser for Coffee for Craig. So do check that out because it's a very good cause and they do really, really great work, particularly this time of year when it's difficult. It's always difficult to be homeless, but like even worse when it's this cold out. They're doing amazing work. And today we published Johnny's latest blog post about their playlist. And it's really long and really detailed. And it feels like just doing it as a regular blog post isn't doing justice to the content. So anyone who donates to that fundraiser, even if it's just like a penny, will get that free as a zine, which I'm going to be putting together over the next week. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the New Year's Eve show for Blizzard, possibly the New Year's Eve show for Social Distance Warriors live, but I do not know what lockdown restrictions are going to be by New Year, if I'm honest. And yeah, so come to that live stream. And if if life permits, come and hang out with me on New Year.
Wonderful, absolutely. And yeah, I just want to point out that for like the last 5 streams, I've left that fucking bot posting about our November live show, which obviously you can't go to now. So yeah, please do ignore that. We actually don't have a live show next month because have you seen the world? So yeah, we're completely ignore that. But do check out our socials, which are also linked there. That is wonderful. Thanks very much for coming on the show, Kirsty. We've got a first timer now. We've got Jen Durbent. I didn't actually ask how you pronounce your surname. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I am Jen Durbent. I am just
Jen Durbent. Wonderful. Yeah.
Yes. I am, I think, the requisite American token here. I am. And now I have a visitor in my house, of course.
I'm really good at timing this. I started talking to Kirsty when she's seen chocolate.
Oh, gosh. I am Jen. I am a fat American lady and with glasses in the middle of a white background in front of the window. I am white. I got long brown hair, and I am. That's about it. I'm just wearing black because I got the memo. Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, there's definitely a color scheme clashing with our general branding, which is all of the colors. Now we have all the colors in the branding, none of the colors on the axe. Wonderful, love it.
That works.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. Yeah, how have you been? What's is it like afternoon around there?
It's just about. It's a little after 1 p.m. right now here in lovely Rockford, Illinois. Which yeah,
I know very little about America. I don't know if that's exotic or trashy or what.
No, it's sad is what it is. If you know where Chicago is, it's around there. It's about 60 miles, or I guess that would be 100 kilometers outside of Rockford, or outside of Chicago. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It's a depressed industrial Rust Belt kind of place. So just America.
Fantastic. I think I've heard of America. I think I know where that is. Generally, I couldn't point it to you on a map.
I'm sorry though. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I've been to Los Angeles once for like I was there for a 1 hour plane refuel, so I was there for like 4 hours. But I didn't leave the airport at any point. So that's
the only way I've been to LA too.
That's the extent of my American experience. But yeah, how are things going? 1:30, like 1:15 in the afternoon? That is too early to be funny. I do apologize. Thank you so much for coming on the show at this time.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I really am. It's not too early because I got to take time off from my day job, so that's always a plus.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. I always book my day job off on these days, which uses up pretty much all of my leave, which is really good. But also, I realize that I'm in desperate need of an actual holiday because I never let myself get one. So I just like book 4-day weeks like every month instead.
Well, you could always come to Rockford, Illinois.
Yeah, I will do that next time. So you, let's put your links in the Twitch. I forgot to do that. Let's do that now.
Okay.
You've got quite a bit going on there. So just to tell us about any projects you've got going on or coming up, anywhere you'd like to point people to?
Yeah, I run a satire website called queercoded.com. We do satire of just from the queer angles. So if you want to read it or submit to it. Now I'm always looking for new writers who do pay, even if it's a little bit. I do the News at Jen, which is a weekly news recap, night show monologue kind of thing. I also contribute to The Onion, and I do stand up. So I have a book coming out too, but that's a long time from now. We won't talk about that.
Oh, absolutely lovely stuff. So you release a weekly news show, so you should be really primed for this quiz full of British news that has little relevance.
I should have went over only British news in the past week. I'm sorry. Maybe next week I'll go with that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fine. Wonderful. Thanks very much for coming on the show. We are also joined by another newcomer to the show. We've got RADU ISAC. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm pretty good. This is sort of my I'm going to say probably last show before Christmas. So yeah, I have that sort of. I've done a year's worth of work, and I'm just finishing it in like an hour. So I have that.
Oh, fantastic! Have you got any plans over the break?
No, not really. Just probably get high and pretend like it's lockdown. I don't enjoy the holidays.
It may very well be by then. We'll see. But
I feel like the holidays are like too much pressure for people to spend time with their families. Because what if you don't like your family? then you sort of feel left out. So yeah, I'm treating Christmas like a lockdown.
Absolutely wonderful. I really vibe with that sentiment. To be for that, can you quickly describe
closed on Christmas? So everything is closed in the UK on Christmas, right? So I feel it's sort of like a lockdown.
Yeah, I think there's like 4 Weatherspoons open in the country, but everything else is closed.
Oh yeah.
And you don't want to be there. Can you just quickly describe your appearance for the sake of any visually impaired listeners?
Yeah, sure.
Today?
So I'm going to start with the fact that I'm white, not because I'm proud of it, but because it feels like it's a place to start.
Yeah,
it feels like it's a controversial place to start, so that's why I'm starting.
Yeah, can I say once again, you will be hearing the word white in these descriptions a lot today. So I apologize.
I'm like an average. I have like an average looking face. I'm gonna say I feel like I have one of those faces like that some people think are the best faces in the world, and most people just kind of ignore it. But my ego gets overblown once in a while by how nice my face looks, and then generally I just sort of generally the rest of the time my ego just recalibrates itself by most people's reaction. And yeah, I don't have any sort of distinguished features. I would say it's very hard to tell anything about me by just looking at me.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure the next couple of hours will be much more of an insight to your character than your appearance. Yeah, thanks very much for coming on the show. I've just put your website and your social links in the Twitch chat, so if anyone wants to go check out any of his work, you can do so there. I don't know if I put your Twitch on there, actually. I don't know why I left your Twitch out. But
it's like RADU ISAC, but I sort of I've paused doing it, basically.
Oh, I see.
If we're going to have a longer lockdown, I'm going to go back to doing it, but for now.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's where you can keep up with all of his work anyway. And you've got hopefully, unless we're in lockdown again, you've got a show on the 20th of January as well. Do you want to tell us about that, or is that still early in the?
So basically it's at the Bill Murray at Angel in London, and it's like a solo show. And I'm mostly going to do like COVID material. I was planning to film it and publish it, but now I'm just going to do it and enjoy it. So basically, if you ever want to see it, the only chance is on the 20th of January.
So if you're in London, that you can do that then. If you're not, you might struggle. But yeah, absolutely wonderful. Does the show have a title?
No, that's one of the reasons I haven't published the ticket link yet.
Wonderful, yeah.
For the title.
Yeah, so we've not got a link for that yet, but do send that our way as soon as it is, and we'll make sure to share that on our socials. So anyone wants to go check that out can do it. We do have quite a significant London base as well, so that is wonderful. Thanks very much for coming on the show. And we're also joined by Ian Lane. How you doing, Ian?
I'm absolutely gravy, Johnny. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm glad you're absolutely gravy. I've never heard that expression before, but
no, me neither. I want to see if it catches on.
Wonderful. So you've been on our show once before, like earlier in the year, so it's lovely to have you back. How have you been since March?
Yeah, not too bad. Apparently, I've not pissed off any more of your panelists by beating their world records at speedrunning. So it's I seem to have improved as a human being. Yeah, currently in the process of learning how to speedrun Worms 2. It's very hard.
Is it significantly different to Worms Armageddon then? I don't know much about the lore.
It's like a very long, overindulgent prototype for Worms Armageddon. Right. So it basically means I'm having to cancel all my gigs for the next 6 months in order to be able to learn how to run it properly. Yeah, well, I mean, I might get a few gift subs tied me over, so I'm just I'm banking on that in order to fill up the bank account.
Absolutely, I think Twitch subs pay considerably more than a lot of stand-up gigs, I'm sure. Wonderful. So you've put your links in the Twitch chat now. So yeah, you can follow him on Ruffled Bricks on Twitch as well as YouTube, and his Twitter and Facebook are there as well. So you've got a show coming up at the Leicester Festival, hopefully. Do you want to tell us a bit about
that? Yeah, it's called How to Get Up in the Morning. The show is about how to get up in the morning. And basically, I read a statistic that said the average Brit takes 49 minutes to get ready for work in the morning. And the minimum amount of time that the Edinburgh Festival will accept for a full-length show is 50 minutes. So I decided I could just do a show where I talk about my morning routine, and then we could have a bit of Q&A at the end. Just to pad it out. So,
a minute of Q&A.
Yeah. So it's a work in progress, so I will probably be looking at notes and shouting at my my remote control for my PowerPoint. But if you like those things, then I can provide in spades.
That definitely sounds like the kind of thing our audience would like. So, yep, you can, if you're near Leicester, you can go see that. The link is, I believe, in the Twitch chat.
I think I've forgotten to describe my face as well, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask you. It's fine. We can share the responsibility. Yeah, please do.
Okay, yeah. Well, the look I've gone for is Mark Ruffalo if he'd fallen down the back of the sofa for 6 months. I'm white, but I also work in green. I have I have brown hair with a lot of grey curly streaks in it, kind of like barbed wire. The material, not the film. I have a beard with 2 white streaks in it that makes it look like I've dribbled toothpaste down my chin, and I'm wearing neck cummerbund, which I believe is more colloquially known as a scarf. And I have a window behind me as well, so if this goes badly, I've got something to jump out of.
You've got an
Yeah.
Wonderful. What floor are you on? How viable is that escape option?
I'm on the 3rd floor. There is actually a net. There's actually a net below, but apparently it's for aimed at a pigeon's weight rather than a human's. But I mean, it's worth testing.
Yeah, well, so as long as we make this show less painful than suicide, hopefully we won't need to find that out. But
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the news this life, but it's not been. It's not been pleasant.
I've not been watching it, so my contributions to this will be very much on a theoretical basis.
I love how things are shaping up for my team. Like one, I'm not in England, I don't know, and the other one, I'm not paying attention to the news. The fact that the other team is missing one person, we're not at that much of an advantage, really.
Well, I'm autistic, so I'm going to put it down to Britain basically being sensory overload at the moment, and use that as my out.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Fair enough. Thanks very much for coming on the show. Looking forward to see how little you've been paying attention to the news shortly. Last but not least, we have our wonderful Katie Mitchell. How are you doing?
Hi. I have COVID, but I am awake and online and ready to quiz.
Woo!
I'll be quite honest with you, I'm ready to go to bed, and that is the energy I'm going to be bringing into this. But we're going to be having a lovely time.
We are going to be having a lovely time. Absolutely. Thank you for coming, despite having COVID. Really do appreciate it. Otherwise, Radu would have just been on his own. Wonderful.
People, I'm doing comedy. All the things I've just been in bed for a week. The main thing I've been doing is either sleeping or like being Link off of Legend of Zelda. It's nice being a comedian. Novel.
Wonderful. Which Legend of Zelda?
Link's Awakening. I haven't played that one. My roommate has it, so I've nicked it off.
Oh, fantastic.
It's fun. It's very
wonderful.
Small.
He is, yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show despite rather being in bed. I can relate to that. Not on a illness level, just in a laziness level. So really appreciate it. So you have a podcast that I believe you've mentioned before, and you've also got some shows coming up if you want to tell us about them.
Yeah, my podcast is with Leslie Ewing Burgess. It's been on a hiatus because we started it during lockdown when writing an hour's worth of new content a week was fine because we weren't doing anything else, and now we've both got jobs and gigging and that. It's slowly kind of tapered off, but we did just release a bonus episode from when Leslie came to Nottingham to surprise me at Halloween. And so you get to go to Tesco with us. So take that for your parasocial content and enjoy it. Next time you're going to Tesco on your own, why not take me and Leslie Ewing Burgess?
You absolutely should. I just went to go post that link in the chat, but I keep calling it a lovely time, but it's a fun time. Or is it the other way around? It's a fun time, yeah. So I just keep putting the wrong command. Yeah, fun, lovely. They're all better than jumping out a window. I don't know.
That's the promise.
Not in my world.
We've got to
Are you the person who keeps on leaving us the negative reviews, Ian?
Now, hang on a minute. It's rumbled. Anyway, carry on.
That's fine. And I did actually ask you to describe yourself, Stoke, if you can do that for the sake of any visual-impaired audience.
Just kind of like a white, shiny lady with black hair and like a very nice multicoloured shawl, and I'm next to a Christmas tree because I've thought, I don't have my normal energy, so if I just add a lot of bright colours and patterns, then hopefully that can vavavoom things up a little bit.
Absolutely.
In a kind of children's TV presenter kind of way. Just pure visual overload.
Fantastic. That's exactly what we want at Christmas. Just too much is our modus operandi. Is that the appropriate term? I don't know. It is now. Wonderful. Thank you very much for coming on the show. And that is everyone, because unfortunately Ryan could not make it. So to redress the balance, Katie's team will be their score will be multiplied by 1.5 to even it out. So you still have a fighting chance. Although, judging by the conversation I've just had, it's probably going to be a 0-0 score.
I was about to say,
actually, can I haggle for a 1.8 multiplier because we are using my Zoom account?
How good are you at maths?
I could use a calculator.
Can I say yes and not change it, and would you notice?
No, but I trust you, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm willing to concede 1.2 at most.
Wonderful. Well, I'll add the multiplier at the end anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But please don't end the Zoom, because we are reliant on this. Thank you very much for letting us use your Zoom. 10 points to Katie's team. Right, okay, let's crack on with the show. So our first round is Fake News Detectives. This round involves a selection of headlines from the last month, some of which are real, other ones which I have just made up, and it's down to the teams to identify what the fake headline is. So if we can have Kirstie's team first, please. And your three headlines. Oh, I can't actually read the ones I put on that. Is it the feminist? Yep, cool. Your three headlines are: feminist retelling of 1984 approved by Orwell's estate. Fall on walk from bed to desk is a workplace accident. German court rules. And Bored Ape NFT accidentally sold to the wrong person due to a typo.
Okay, so. Based on how I think Johnny works, I think the last one, while it sounds feasible, is actually a different story. Because this is what I know about this game. Johnny takes stories and just changes a detail. And I haven't heard any of them in the news because the news makes me very sad. So I've been kind of taking, first month I've been on this in many months, and I've taken a break from the news. But I could believe any of them. But I think the reason the last one strikes me as a bit off, even though it's very plausible, is that I think the story Johnny's adapted this from is a Bored Ape NFT accidentally sells for 1/10 of what it should have done because of a typo in the price. And then the bot that bought it for the really low price then sold it for 200 grand. I know I saw that story. For all I know, they both happened. Does anyone have any strong feelings about either of the other two stories?
Have you seen that animation that they did of the Bored Ape NFTs, the
It's
Red Ape
fucking
family?
hideous, isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's like they took monkey dust and they were kind of like, what if the characters were actual monkeys and the script was actual dust? Like, it's a fantastic. And the comments are literally just like people talking about how they're going to just screenshot every single frame in the animation just so that they can sell it. It's fantastic.
Oh,
I did read about the German one, so I'm pretty sure that one is real.
that one feels really feasible to me.
Because
if
workplace
you're-
protections is just weird for us Americans. So it's kind of...
It's weirdly worded. This fall-on walk from bed to desk is workplace accident, but to me that makes it sound like that must be a real one, because I just don't think Johnny would pride themselves in writing anything that clunky, you know.
Yeah, I can believe that one. I think because whoever are working from home, if you're injured in the office, that's a workplace injury. If you're injured during office hours in your home, unless you're very specifically doing something that work would not allow you to do, then I think that makes sense that a court would rule that. Yeah. And what about anyone got any feelings about the feminist retelling of 1984?
I reckon that's the dud.
You reckon that one's the dud?
Yeah.
Talk me through it. I can be persuaded.
Because the clunkily worded bed one sounds too real, and the Bored Ape NFT one, I have such utterly like frothing contempt for the whole NFT sphere that I would gladly believe it, even if Johnny told me that was the fake one. So,
I mean, that's a very convincing argument.
yeah. So I reckon it's the feminist retelling.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go on. What are your thoughts, Jen?
I'm thinking it's the ape one too, but I don't. Oh, jeez. Because the retelling of feminist, or that sounds like something that would be accepted by the estates. That they're pretty socialist fellas over there, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know.
But he's not like Samuel Beckett, is he? Like George Orwell, he actually wanted his stuff to be understood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he didn't like spend loads of time kind of like legally making sure that people could remain and not to understand his stuff. So.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think I don't know what that would look like, but I also know that I've seen retellings of George Orwell stuff done. So clearly the estate doesn't mind how you're going to retell it as long as I guess they're getting their money. I don't know if George Orwell's estate is as political as George Orwell was,
Mm. Estates generally tend to be like way more kind of gratuitous when it comes to like stopping stuff from happening to the individuals.
Mm-hmm.
I find,
Which one are you going to go for then?
Okay,
I'm sticking with Orwell, but Kirstie, you.
Yeah, I would vote for 3, but obviously you're now the tiebreaker.
So am I the tiebreaker?
Yeah.
You're the captain, of course you're the tiebreaker.
No, I don't like it. I like being outvoted so that then I can like shift responsibility. I think as much as I agree, as much as I agree with Ian that I would absolutely love for this NFT story to be true, I do think the other story is what the story was and Johnny's adapted it. So I think I might go for the NFT story as the fake.
You're going for the NFT?
Yeah.
Yep, you are correct. That is the fake one.
Mm-hmm.
Points to you. Yep. A feminist retelling of 1984 was approved by Orwell's estates. Cameron's minds are exploding as we speak. And yet, falling on walk from bed to desk while working from home does count as a workplace accident, according to a German court. But no, a Bored Ape NFT has not accidentally been sold to the wrong person. You were right, Kirstie. Although one actually was sold for the wrong price. The wrong price for an NFT, if you're wondering, is anything above £0. Katie and Radu, your three headlines are Italian man tries to dodge COVID jab by using a fake arm. Hotel Chocolate apologized for dead wasp found in advent calendar. And John Lewis removed Lisa Child's party dress from sale after criticism.
Well, those are way better than the ones we got.
I'm going to say I do understand them a bit better.
I wish we knew more about. Oh, okay. As I wish we knew more about the John Lewis dress, and I've just seen that it's called Lolita. I don't see why there would be anything wrong with that. We're living on Nonce Island. It's fine.
I thought you were just Googling all the headlines there, Katie. Like, that's definitely cheating.
No. I'm watching your Twitch stream and getting ads for it. You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate that tiny revenue.
I think I did actually see something on Twitter about the John Lewis Lolita party dress, now that I think about it, and realise how suspicious it looks. It is just that, honestly.
That's fine, I believe you. I also don't care enough to penalise you. It's fine.
The thing is, I want the other two to be true because they are so really good.
I think the Italian one is true. I'm pretty sure I've heard of it.
Oh, that's so good. Please tell me it had like a big white glove on, like a Wallace and Gromit kind of arm.
I'm going to say I didn't click on the link. I'm going to say I think I heard of it. I didn't think it was interesting enough. Or even if I did think it was interesting enough, I still didn't trust that the title wasn't lying. So.
I know, it seems like a too good to be true one. I think that is the story. I think the Hotel Chocolat one, again, because we know Johnny is a little tricksy question setter. I reckon it will be a different thing that's equally unpleasant that has been found in the advent calendar. It's going to be like a dead like cockroach or a finger or something like that.
What are you going to say, dead cop?
Very big.
How big is this advent calendar? Or a really small cop? I don't know.
That's the last thing.
Yeah, no.
Just imagine like a normal sized advent calendar and then a big policeman sized bulge coming out of like 13.
Yeah, this is fine.
Wow, that was a lot of fudge in there. Anyway. So yeah, I think the Hotel Chocolat one is the fake story. How do you feel about that, right?
Yeah, I'd go with the same one. I feel like we both know about a little bit about the other two stories. So yeah, let's not second guess ourselves. Get the 1.8 points.
Yeah, we're unified on this. Nice.
So you go for Hotel Chocolat?
Yes, we are.
Wonderful. You are correct. That is the fake one. 3 points, 4.5 points for that. An Italian man has tried to dodge a COVID jab using a fake arm. It was about as successful as the time I tried to dodge being bullied by having a fake personality. And John Lewis has indeed removed a Lolita Child's party dress from sale after criticism. Can't imagine why. And Hotel Chocolate have not apologised for a dead wasp in their advent calendar. Fair enough. It would have been worse if it was alive. So at the end of that round, KIRSTIE's team are on 3 points and Katie and Radu are on 4.5 points. Okay, our next round is This Just In. In this round, the teams are taking the roles of news anchors, reporting on a news story of which they only know the first sentence for. They're going to take it in turns to extend the story, points given for slickness, creativity, and humour, and taken away if your name is Tom B. It's irrelevant, he's not in this stream, but if he's watching, I hope he heard that. So we're going to start with KIRSTIE's team again. What order should we go in? Do you have a preference? No, okay. Well, we'll go with KIRSTIE, then Ian, then Jen. So your first line is: former President Donald Trump knocked Prime Minister Boris Johnson in an interview that aired on Wednesday.
Former President Trump said that of all of the things that he respects about Boris Johnson, the thing that finally tipped him into anti-Johnson territory was
Ian, that's you now.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood the rules. Can we go over that again, please?
Yeah, Kirsty.
Do I get points deducted as well?
No, you're fine.
Good.
The thing that finally pushed Trump into anti-Johnson territory was
a large finger, much like one of those ones that you get at a football game, which is made of foam and was presented to a American soldier by
Camille Bowles, right? Is that her name? And the Queen in a lovely ceremony that also included the Duke of, I don't know.
Despite apparently being pro-veteran, Trump has garnered controversy for taking the finger from the soldier by force.
That's you again, Ian.
what was the last word of that sentence?
By force. He's taken the finger by force.
But forensic scientists could not actually tell what force it was. They didn't know whether it was the armed forces or Luke Skywalker's force or parcel force. They were struggling to find the right force. So they put a trace out on the force using
Space Force.
I'm going to call that one to a close there. One. I'm surprised that I thought after Ian's one you were not going to follow that on, but you kept it going. Well done. I'm going to give you 2 points for that one. Fab. Okay, next we've got Katie and Radu. So Katie, we'll start with you first as you know the game, and then Radu, and then just go back and forth until I tell you to stop. So your first line is: British retailer Marks and Spencer's has found itself in hot water with furious shoppers over a deeply offensive message on its Christmas cards.
The Christmas cards fail to mention the word Christmas, and this has got shoppers in an absolute uproar. These Christmas celebrations don't know the name of their own season and rely on Marks and Spencer's every year.
Mark and Spencer went along to say that we do respect Christmas and all the other religions in the world. Please don't be mad at us. Please continue giving us your money.
At the mention of money, Marks and Spencer's shoppers relaxed. They're on familiar territory. We like that, they say in unison, echoing voices resonating throughout the country.
They continued, finally, the Christmas spirit is upon us. We get to spend money without thinking about other shit.
Spend money? What is that compared to human empathy and the other things what Christmas is supposed to be about, they say. And then they all laugh together and go on their merry way. A good time was had by all.
The real victims of tonight's story, I guess, are the shoppers who never got to enjoy all the nice products Marks and Spencer's has on sale because they were outside protesting.
Yeah, sorry. But they got to look at them, and sometimes that's enough.
Okay, I'll end that there. That was really good. Very close to the actual story as well. I'm pretty sure that was the offensive message. But I didn't read it. I just copied and pasted the first line and then erased it from my memory. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was. Wonderful. So I'm going to give you 3 points for that one. So at the end of that round, we've got Kirstie's team on 5 points and Katie's team on 9.
Can I have fewer team members in the future? Because this is working out really well.
Yeah,
like
sure.
It's an insult on me, but yeah.
Sorry, can I have one quality team member in the future?
But this is like that episode of Have I Got News for You when Paul Merton won, even though he didn't have a second, like Roy Hattersley didn't turn up, so they just had a tub of lard instead, and he still won against Ian Hislop.
That's really funny. I didn't know that. That's brilliant. Right, okay, we're going to have a bit of a break now, so if you've been enjoying the show, then please let us know by subscribing or throwing some bits at us, or if you don't want to donate through Twitch, you can also donate via PayPal, subscribe to our Patreon, or buy some sweet merch from Big Cartel. I'll put all the links in the chat now. If I remember the command, that's the one. Wonderful. Yep. Thank you for watching. We're still going to be here chatting shit, but some of us are going to go for a poo now. So we'll be back with structured entertainment in like 15 minutes or so.
While everyone's enjoying their poos, I would like to just say, if you do buy something on Big Cartel, I'm not shipping it until after Christmas because, as I said before, I'm going to my dad's house in half an hour. So you can either do your purchasing right now, and I'll post it from my dad's house, or you have to wait until I get back to my house where all the Blizzard merch is. Thank you for your understanding.
Let's have a look at the chat. What are we doing? ACAB includes small cop. It does, absolutely. I feel like this should be. It feels like it should be like an Aardman movie or something. Just like a cop that's tiny, but also just like fighting the systematic injustices within the police force. Or is still a cunt. Yeah. Yeah. Someone pitch this.
Tiny racist policeman. He's this.
Oh, racists are so cute when they're small. Please, no one clip that line. And just... Racists are cute when they're small. Blizzard comedy 21. Oh, fucking brilliant. I feel like every time we do this round, it goes off the rails fast. Andrew Taylor. We've not done that round for a while, actually, so I can't remember how off the rails it goes off. But
I really enjoy it when it goes off the rails. I think like when we stick to something that might be a relevant news story, I'm just like, I wish this was the news story because this is actually less depressing than reality. Yeah. But then we get fucking weird with it, and it's like, I mean, I still wish this was the news story, but I'm not as disappointed because I know it couldn't be.
Yeah, absolutely. Really enjoying how much Katie's being tickled by this in the Zoom call. It's genuine shame you can't say. Yeah, it's really nice.
He's got such an expressive face, and like, everyone at home was missing out.
What?
And you were laughing, but you were off screen. I was just really enjoying how it was tickling you when Ian was speaking, but like no one at home could see it. I felt like they needed to know what they were missing out on.
I do like this message. I feel like every time we do this round, it goes off the rails faster. I feel like my USP is getting something off the rails in record time. Like I'm speed running, getting things off the rails.
Have you tried streaming Train Simulator? Because I think you could do that very well.
I've done Mini Metro.
I just mean in terms of like getting something off the rails.
Oh, right, yeah. No, they don't have the rails on Mini Metro, so no.
I do have I found in CX a while ago a 50p game on the PS2 called Extreme Express. It's just a train racing game. But obviously, like, you need to be able to go off the rails so you can overtake people. So you can actually literally just go off the rails and like switch tracks without a switch. It's fucking weird. It's not a good game, but it's conceptually pretty entertaining.
Yeah. So glad I'm not working at CX anymore.
I bet, yeah.
I did like all Christmas 2019 and
ouch.
Still traumatized.
I applied for a job there once and probably would have been around the same time actually. Oh shit, someone vanished.
At least it happened during the break.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm thinking.
Oh, it's Jen.
Oh, it's Jen, right, yeah. There we are.
Yay.
Yay. We're back. And we're back. Yay. Everything all right there? Just
I don't know. I had an out-of-body experience for a second. Oh, sorry.
I just hit a button.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oh yeah, she's still in. She's screen.
We got it now. We got it. Got it.
There we go.
Why have I got a mental image Just Sam googling for pictures of tubs of lard to put in OBS and fill out Casey's team. I don't know. Is Sam doing it? Tiny Colombo is apparently a Twitter account and some YouTube videos. Oh, is it?
Oh, it's really good. I recommend it.
Tiny Colombo. I'm going to watch that later, but first I'm going to go for a piss. So back in a moment.
Bye, Johnny. Have fun.
I will.
Oh, they already tried to do Tiny Colombo with inch-high private eye. No, that was a serious comment, but it's it's been treated like a massive groaner, and I feel like I've ruined everything again.
I haven't heard of Inch High Private Eye, but I love the rhyme, so that was my reaction.
Inch High Private Eye was like, I think it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It used to be on Cartoon Network a lot when I was a kid.
I was going to say, it sounds very Danger Mouse.
It was more like a very small version of Inspector Gadget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see if that had like hit me at the right age, I could have got really into it.
I don't remember any witticisms or anything from the character. I think they very much used his height as the selling factor.
They just come up with like one rhyming title and was like, that's it, that's all the work we need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
The afternoon off.
They were like, Mile High Private Eye. It was probably too much ink. Scale it down a bit.
Like the Captain Caveman of Private Eyes. Just the one bit.
Oh, Captain Caveman must have been so much fun to draw. just keep going.
One of my comedian friends locally, he looks like Captain Caveman, so he just leans into it.
Oh wow! What, like all the way? Does he wear clothes?
It's hard to tell under all the hair because he has a lot of hair. So you never know. And the way he yells with the microphone stand, it's just the same thing. Yeah.
Who's this?
Captain Caveman, my friend comedian that's local here.
What a good name.
I used to respect Captain Caveman, and then I heard a quote from Robert De Niro who said, "Powerful men never shout," and now I just can't take him seriously anymore. You know, Captain Caveman, He-Man, all a bunch of charlatans.
What about powerful women? Are they allowed to shout?
Oh, he didn't say anything. That was beyond his purview, I think.
Very fair. Very fair.
Oh, we've got it. We've got the one.
Oh, my word.
Brilliant. Oh, Sam, thank you so much. Is that going to be an all around from now on? Spoilers. No, that's fair. I figured it would be. That's why I was surprised.
Who's
Wonderful.
the person who the tub of lard has replaced? Because that person might not feel great with it if they don't know the context.
Ryan? Okay, just everyone who passes on to Ryan, please give him the context first.
So I'm the tub of lard, I see. That's fair.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We've got... Oh, God.
I've been called worse. I really have. So.
Well done, Ian. You've ruined another panel.
Oh, Andrew Taylor said, I like this layout. It's like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but gay. Well, we've ruined that now. It's no longer a hierarchy. Soon. Right.
Johnny, you haven't solved the problem. You've renamed the lard as Jen Durbent. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was Samantha. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not doing it. Yeah, if I had to focus on that as well as like my score spreadsheet document and being funny, I mean, I'd be about as funny as I am now. So like not 100%. Right. Shall we crack on? Does anyone else need to do or anything before we carry on?
I'll just do it right here if that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. As long as it's below your webcam, we're not breaching any Twitch terms of service, so you're fine. Right, okay, well, next game is Propaganda.
Wait, really quickly, I heard something recently. Someone told me a thing recently, and I just want to see if Eric heard of this. Is it Twitch that has a rule about like no feet on the screen? One of the live streaming platforms, someone told me it was Twitch, and like then they were like, you've been doing live stream shows for nearly 2 years. How do you not know which one it is? And now I'm worried if like someone just came on not wearing socks and I might have broken a rule. But I learned like yesterday.
Apparently, you can only get banned if you do it on request. So if you've got a chat from people saying, no, for the love of God, put your feet away, then you'll be absolutely fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying. Fun fact.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Right, okay, our next game is propaganda. All of our games are propaganda, but this one's less subtle. This game involves everyone being inside the role of the editor for different news publications and reinterpreting news stories in the style of their publication. So today, we have Kirstie, who is the editor for Crime Monthly. Katie is the editor for Witchology magazine. Ian is NME, Radu is Heat, and Jen is the editor for Vice, because it's the only publication I could think of that was also known in America. So hopefully that is the case. So our first headline is, this is a free-fall, so just come in with your suggestions.
I would have also accepted the posts.
You would have accepted what, sorry?
Posts or the Daily Mail. I could have done the Daily Mail too.
Well, Ryan was the Telegraph, so I could have done Daily Mail for you. But anyway, this is just admin, not funny. So first headline is 4-day week is an overwhelming success in Iceland.
You know what else is an overwhelming success in Iceland? Spooky hairs made out of old sewing equipment. That's right. Sometimes you can enchant sewing equipment to steal milk from your neighbour's farms in a spirit hair of some kind. This is an article which I read quite a while ago and I've completely forgotten about. But it's true.
Oh, the music's
nice.
Oh, I see. Right. It was a joke I didn't get.
It's our in-house band.
Which I don't think can be heard on stream, so we're just referencing that for nothing.
Oh, see, no, it's fine. It's the Killers just tuning up. In fact, yeah, it's a very big moment, this 4-day week. Bigger than Oasis when they did their very first gig in Wembley way back in 1967, where they performed Revolver. And so the headline that we're going with in the NME is Idol's frontman Joe Talbot calls any country not running a 4-day week an infuriating scuffhole.
Was that the actual article? I can believe that.
It's one of many things that Joe Talbot has said. He's so controversial, that guy. That's why he is the new face of rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, Radu?
I'm going to say our headline is, we soon might be able to work as little as our celebrities that we cover. I think the 4-day week.
Well, in Vice, we're thinking about doing a little bit of local flavor with this story. We talk about cooking meth on your 3-day work and week, on the weekend, and some of those wonderful saunas, baths that they have. Yeah.
Any more for that one?
Meth, that's all.
That's definitely a Vice headline. Okay.
4-day work week, still 7-day for cauldrons.
Okay, next one. Netflix announced new Dave Chappelle project despite backlash.
The Witches of TikTok did try to curse Dave Chappelle, but it's consistently not worked every other time. So we should probably try and maybe change tactics, but it probably won't.
Well, over at NME, we are running with Skunk Anansi frontwoman Skin calls Dave Chappelle an undiluted yeast infection on stilts. She's so controversial, that woman. That's why she's the face of rock and roll, you know?
Fucking should be. Any more for this one?
Can I say something like Dave Chappelle spotted entering the one of the biggest streamers in the world headquarters?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't have any information on it. Sounds like a good
Yeah, that sounds right.
Warning for all local witches. Dave Chappelle does sound like a spell you'd wave when you wave your magic wand, but it's not. It's just a guy.
What if we did a crossover with Dave Chappelle and the most expensivest show that we have on YouTube and have the most expensivest canceling in the world? I'm not on it today.
Now that is definitely a Vice headline. No. Okay, any more for that one? No, okay. Allegra Stratton resigns over number 10 Christmas party video.
Oh, it's caused a big froth in the music world, this one. Right? It's an even bigger froth than that time when Sinead O'Connor ripped up a picture of Jeff Stelling. So we're at the Enemy. We are running with a proper getting to the point headline here. We are going with Suede frontman Brett Anderson calls Allegra Stratton a turgid snot condom.
I'm noticing a pattern in these headlines, and I'm okay with it.
He's very controversial, Brett Anderson. Like, he's very much the future of rock and roll, that boy. Watch out for him.
Get your 40-page breakdown of all of the real crimes the Tories have committed they should have resigned over in this month's Crime Monthly.
We're going.
Allegra Stratton has decided to cook meth. So follow her journey.
Mouthful of tea nearly went all over my laptop then.
Oh no.
At Heat Magazine, we decided to go with Allegra Stratton joins Strictly Come Dancing.
Fucking will though, won't she?
Allegra Stratton sacrificed by Tories like what we do to goats.
Any more? Okay, next one. Boris and Carrie Johnson announced birth of a girl.
We own the first one.
Boris Johnson spotted announcing the birth of his new child.
I mean, it's pretty heavy, isn't it? You know, it's heavier than that time that Jarvis Cocker stormed the stage at the Brits and showed Michael Jackson his kidneys. So we are going with Sleaford Mods frontman Jason Williamson calls Boris and Carrie's little girl a loft full of turds. He's very controversial, that boy. But he'll be gone in a week.
Any more for that one?
Carrie Johnson creating own small coven.
Okay, next one. Doc Martens to add £10 to price of its footwear because of rising costs.
Doc Martens aren't what they used to be.
We tracked down the only rubber plantation in all of Sri Lanka to find the finest rubber for our Doc Marten ripoffs. No, that didn't work. I'm going to go back to the...
We've gone with the Killers frontman, Brandon Flowers, calls Dr. Martin to buy some shoes for his feet. I think it'll really help him out.
Help him out of that controversy.
Yeah, he's very controversial, that boy.
We as witches support the labour rights, and if that means that prices have to go up for wages, that's good. They should unionise. And also, have they considered Eye of Newt?
Any more for that? Okay, female-only pink taxi scheme to be piloted in Nottingham.
I live in Nottingham. That's not a headline. I just live in Nottingham.
I live in Nottingham. But if you want to get a pink taxi, you can.
Grr, it should be pink broomsticks. Grr.
It's very good news for the music industry, this, actually. It's probably the best news since Metallica fought gamely against people illegally downloading Two Girls, One Cup many years ago. It's putting so many people off their tea. So we at the Enemy have gone with Florence and the Machine's frontwoman, Florence Machine, calls Nottingham a functionoid git face of a town. She's pretty fiery, isn't she, that Florence? Going to set Nottingham on fire if she's not careful.
Chief Witch Florence off of Florence and the Machines hates Nottingham? Question mark. Guest reporter Ian Lane off of NME explains.
Hey, listen, you're only going to make her career take off if you put her in witchology. You're just going to introduce her to a brand new audience. She's that unstoppable.
Oh, we already love her.
Oh, by the way, I think. Hang on, let me just check the Twitter.
Any more for pink taxis?
How pink taxis serve the war on drugs? Next on advice.
Okay, New Zealand bans people 14 and under from ever buying cigarettes in their lifetime.
Meth okay.
In their lifetime. That implies that anyone who was ever 14 and under, I've broken character because I'm confused. In their lifetime.
Yeah.
Like,
You're not. You're Crime Monthly. You're getting to the bottom of things.
so yeah, look at our in-depth analysis about how silly it is to ban someone who was ever under the age of 14 from buying cigarettes.
It's because anyone who can't smoke in New Zealand kills themselves before they turn 15. So
Yeah.
their life is so miserable that they just,
Yeah, if that was an actual question, basically means anyone born after 2008 is never allowed to buy cigarettes.
Imagine being the last cunt alive who's allowed to smoke, though. Like, imagine just sitting there. Just
All
like,
the other kids in your class just go.
everyone else who has ever smoked is dead, and you've got the last packet of cigarettes that will ever be bought in your country. Like,
That's a lot of
around
pressure
you,
to
just
put on
like-
somebody.
like, even if you would buy them and then save them until the only people left alive are people younger than you who are not allowed to buy cigarettes, and then you'd smoke them in front of everyone, wouldn't you?
you are really right to be angry about this. In fact, the Strokes frontman Julian Fernando Casablancas they've actually called New Zealand a goblin-lunged lymphocyte. Man of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Any more for that one before we move on to the last one?
I realise I kind of monopolised that round by being confused.
Welcome to my world.
I'm mostly confused by the confidence the New Zealand government has in itself. Because like New Zealand is a democracy, and the promise for a democracy, it feels like you guys think of yourselves as a dictatorship. If you can promise something that's going to happen, well, within the next 80 years, this law is going to change. Like ban it now, okay,
Yeah.
and it's going to be valid for another 6 years. But that's the extent
there'll be no
promises
future
can go to.
Wouldn't that just put a lot of pressure on somebody to keep the industry alive of the tobacco industry? That's just how we view it here in America, though. So.
Yeah, you're going to get like underground cigarette dealers now. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, it's a good idea to buy cigarettes now if you're in New Zealand.
Yeah, especially if you're 15. Yeah.
But like, imagine in like many years' time when all these people are old enough that like they're not 14 anymore and they want a cigarette. Like, imagine like meeting someone on a street corner, like you're buying heroin to buy some cigarettes, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's like the inevitable end result, right?
I feel like
with legalized weed there, because if they can't do this to cigarettes and then legalize weed, but they seem like the kind of country who will be.
Unless they're still allowed to buy tobacco and just not cigarettes.
That makes sense. If it's like tobacco, but you don't get like the processed cigarettes that have like tar and shit in it.
Yeah.
Like a whole generation of people like, I've got fucking learned
I'll
to
be
roll.
honest.
What is this?
Again, I'm a terrible host. I didn't read the article, so I don't know whether it includes rolling tobacco or not. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this to form into like an actual debate during this bit.
Yeah, this level of interrogation is like it's worthy of inch-high private eye, you know.
Okay, so New Zealand has the 9th highest cannabis consumption level in the world.
So they're just plain swapsies. Teens, have you considered smoking weed?
So
get with the times, kids.
You're on these cigarettes. Have you considered these jazz cigarettes?
So I've googled it. Right, they've got really wide use of medical marijuana, but only if you're terminally ill and in the last year of your life. So you can't smoke cigarettes until a year before you die, where you can have a spliff.
I'm just intrigued by these jazz cigarettes. Are they going to be like the next big thing? You need jazz hands to hold them. Like, is that how it works?
If it's an outright ban, if it's an outright ban of tobacco, it's really going to put over any remakes of the Lord of the Rings and Gandalf smoking in his pipe. So,
you're right.
Gandalf with pipes that blow bubbles instead.
Just like Bart Simpson.
I heard they're going to ban sleeping with your eyes open as well.
Are there any more for that one? Okay, last one. Law student, 19, sues landlord and wins first case.
Woo!
Fuck yeah, says which.
Yeah, it's fantastic news, isn't it? It's better than the day that Justin Bieber became Prime Minister. So we're going with the Wombats frontman, Matthew Murphy of Murplestown, Murphlesvania, calls landlords a dishevelled undercrump of a trouser press. Not that keen on the Wombats, personally.
Teenage boys and landlords, both natural enemies of the witch. We're confused about this story, but just happy to be here. More from Witch Mag at next week's issue.
We're probably going to go with something like Landlords on the Run. What does Madonna have to say about it?
This is going to just really be about what happens when the lawyer grows up and he becomes a rich mogul who is binging on hookers and cocaine. So I think we're just going to have to play the long game here on this one for Vice. That's good. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Do you think that was how Piers Morgan used to do it when he edited News of the World? Wait, did Piers Morgan edit? I can't remember.
Yeah, Piers Morgan. Well, no, I don't know if he edited it, but he did something with News.
He's done several of them, hasn't he?
Yeah, controversial figure.
Yeah, and his last album was absolute dog shit. So
Is that the one he did with Lou Reed?
yeah, I am the tabloid.
Okay, let's probably end that one there. I'm gonna give. I mean, I've got to give the points to Ian for that. I'm gonna give Katie and Radu the runner-up prize, which is quite easy to get in a game where two teams are involved. Really enjoyed all your contributions. So at the end of that round, I put that in the wrong cell. Oh no. We're in the whole system. At the end of that round, Kirstie's team on 8 points and Katie's team are on 10.5 points.
Woo!
Okay, I've lost the tab. Where are we? Okay, our next round is Dickhead of the Month. This round, each panelist has 60 seconds to make their case for who or what deserves the title of Dickhead of the Month, whether they be politician, celebrity, abstract concept, or your white mate who doesn't like hip-hop as a rule, but for some unclear reason is obsessed with Eminem. Who wants to start? Let's have someone from Kirstie's team. But let's start with Kirstie. Kirstie, who's your Dickhead of the Month?
I'm not eating this time. Thank you, Johnny.
Fantastic.
My Dickhead of the Month is the Boulay Brothers. If you don't know, the Boulay Brothers host a show called Dragula, which is the best reality drag competition on television. And as well as just being like dressing up all femme, it incorporates horror. And for the past 10 weeks, I've been reviewing it for a blog called Vampire Squid. Go check it out. It's my friends run the blog, and it's very cool. They've got some ins with some indie creators. And I have religiously, every single week, followed these very strict guidelines about not giving away spoilers every single episode, even though, because I get like a review copy to watch in advance, I don't have anyone to talk to about it, and I've still managed to keep my fucking mouth shut every single week. The final episode in the season is tomorrow, and they sent me my review screener, and they had this great big like tense climactic montage leading up to the last minute, and they had this beautiful floor show where the 4 remaining acts did these incredible performances, and I know who I want to win, and I've been really, really good at not giving away any spoilers for 10 weeks, and it gets up to the bit where they're like, there can only be one winner, and then the episode ends. They haven't told me who won. I have to wait till tomorrow like the rest of the plebs. I'm not okay with this. I've been so good at keeping things to myself. They won't fucking tell me who wins. And now I have to get Shudder to watch it. Get Shudder and watch it. It's really good, but also fuck you.
Oh, fucking horrible. Thanks very much, Kirstie. Strong start. Okay, let's have Katie. Katie, who is your Dickhead of the Month?
My Dickhead of the Month is a guy at work who's trying to sue me for refusing to refund a £3.50 ball of yarn, and there was nothing wrong with it, and he got quite arsey with me because he was like, according to statutory law, you have to swap like for like, and I was like, you don't, because I worked at CEX and I had to know it inside out, and I know that you're full of shit, mate, but I couldn't say that, and he was just being a real prick about it. And the worst part was, I work in a yarn shop, and I'm not going to say where, in case he does actually try and sue us like he's threatened to over this £3.50 ball of yarn. But I spent half an hour picking this yarn out with him about 2 weeks before, and he was like, oh, I really like it, and he seemed like a really nice guy. And then he came in and was a right dickhead about it, and I was like, I don't know who this man is, but I feel sad and betrayed in a way that I shouldn't, having only known him for half an hour. But it shook me right up, and I don't appreciate it. So that's my Dickhead of the Month. Because I work in a knitting shop, and why are there dramas in a knitting shop? Strength. You know?
Oh.
I've worked in terrible places, and when things cost a lot of money, sometimes I get it. But if you don't like the colour of the string that you bought for £3.50 and you can afford a lawyer, buy some different string. It's fine.
String is cheaper than lawyers, in my experience.
That's what it says on the front of the shop.
Is that what it's called? String is cheaper than lawyers.
String is cheaper than lawyers. And it's all like pen is mightier than the sword vibes. String is cheaper than lawyers.
Okay, your type was up a while ago, but I was very captivated because like you're unwell. It sounded a lot more emotive than I think you intended.
Yeah.
And I was genuinely tearing up at it. Just how so mean about your string.
It's nice string as well.
It is. I mean, I've not seen it, but I believe you. You're so convincing. Right. Yeah, please do. Please put a picture in. We can show it in the break. Okay, thank you for that. Ian, who's your dickhead of the month?
It's not that dog in the background, so I don't know why they're calling.
It is now.
Oh right, okay. My dickhead of the month. Oh god, I'm so livid. Okay, so you know Whamageddon, right? You know Whamageddon, where you're supposed to basically just go the whole month without hearing "Last Christmas" by Wham, George Michael on vocals, George Michael on drums, George Michael on keyboard. You know that song. And I've tried routing it. You know, like I've actually tried sort of tapping into the playlists in shops, trying to figure out what the rotation is so that I can go into them in good places, but it doesn't work. So I decided to play a different game this year. Right? I decided to play Mageddon, which for those you don't know is you basically have to go through the whole of December without hearing the song by Crash Test Dummies. It's not a Christmas song, and very few people listen to it with any kind of reverentiality these days, so I thought I might be able to pull it off. However, on the 10th of December, I was looking at this site called YouTube. I don't know if you're aware of it. It's great. It's got loads of videos and stuff like that. And I was like, well, this site's good, but I want to check that I might not bump into this song by accident, right? So I typed in Crash Test Dummies into the search bar, and the words then came up in the type ahead underneath. And I thought, well, that seems suspicious. So I clicked on it, and the first result that came up was a video titled by Crash Test Dummies. And I thought, this has to be a wind-up. So I clicked onto the video. It was a fucking song. So my dickhead of the month is the Crash Test Dummies for ruining Mageddon for me.
Wait, so you searched for the song on YouTube and then clicked on the video that said it was the song?
I think that's a gross oversimplification of what I've just described, Johnny.
Okay,
I mean, this was supposed to be my escape, but last year I lost Whamageddon by walking past a pub that was playing it. Didn't even go in. I just walked past it, and there it was. I'm having to have the song surgically removed from my head just so I can win next year. They can play it constantly, and I'm like, I don't recognise this.
Well, thank you very much, Ian. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck the crash test. I mean, we need to take them down a peg, don't we? Fucking hell. Okay, couple more. Jen, let's have you next. Who's your dickhead of the month?
It was a tie, really, this month between the Senator Joe Manchin and myself. And through much deliberation, I think that myself has given more impact to the world at this point. Mostly because I failed to buy the proper Christmas gifts for everyone already. And I already know this, so I've already preemptively ruined Christmas, thereby solidifying myself as asshole of, or what is it, asshole of the month or douchebag?
Could be whatever you want.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to. See, I even screwed that up. I didn't want to offend your British sensibilities by that. I just can't do anything right this month. I got some stove bolts for my kids for the Christmas, and they can put all these things together with all these bolts, and they just I gave it to him early because I can't. Again, I ruin everything. I just gave it to them early. So I gave them these stove bolts so they could assemble things. And they just looked at me like, what are we going to do with this box of bolts? And I don't know. That's part of the gift. It's like Lego. I don't tell you what to do with your Lego. I don't tell you what to do with your box of bolts. You just do stuff. But they say I ruined Christmas by giving them a box of fasteners. They don't know how expensive fasteners can be. Rockford, Illinois is, after all, named Screw City, so they should know their heritage of being here. And that's why I am the dickhead of the month, I believe.
Wonderful.
See if I ever get them bolts again.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely. I always hate when people nominate themselves because I'm always like, you've made such a good case, but also I want to. So, like, if I want to be nice to your self-esteem, do I say, yes, you are the dickhead, or no, you're not?
Yeah, I deserve an honor of some sort, I think. That would make me feel better. Definitely.
I will take that into account when I am.
And now I even feel worse because it's not like I did a new thing by dominating myself. I just did some tired thing that somebody else has done before.
No one has ever nominated you for Dickhead of the Month before. You're fine. Okay, and last but not least, we got Radu. Radu, who is your Dickhead of the Month?
I'm gonna say just because nobody picked him, I'm gonna say it's Boris Johnson. What bugs me about Boris Johnson this month, and generally like every month, he didn't, like this month in particular, he didn't make like any steps in the direction of giving back the Falkland Islands. Like, why is this happening? I feel like just give it the fuck back. We're like full of wars here in the world. We're never gonna end all the wars and all the refugees. If like all the nuclear owning countries aren't sort of pulling back a bit. Like Russia's attacking fucking Ukraine, and you guys are like the moral compass of the world, still having some shit of the world in your back pocket. So I feel like if we want Russia not to attack the Ukraine, just give back the Falkland Islands. I feel like there's no other better argument. Like, okay, we're acting like normal people. You act like normal people. But if you're gonna go, no, we're assholes, they're gonna be assholes too. So just give them back. Just do something in that direction. Just show that you've improved. Like we're searching people's Twitter account for like 20 years ago and making them apologize. Just give the fucking thing back. 100% your mistake. Just admit it, move on.
Okay, your time finished a while ago, but I was enjoying that too much. Okay, before I assign points for that, I'm gonna open up to the Twitch chat to make their votes in before I assign scores. So we're going to go to another break now while I sort that out. So yeah, again, if you are enjoying us in the Twitch chat, or even if you're not, to be honest, I couldn't care less. No, I could. I like you. Please enjoy it. But if you're not, you're probably not here. So if you're
talking to them like I talk to my chat, Johnny.
Yeah. If you've got money you're not using, regardless of your feelings towards us, please give it to us. You can do so. You can do so through Twitch, although we would prefer if you did it through PayPal because they take slightly less of a cut of subscriptions. And frankly, we stream like a maximum of like twice a month for most times. So subscribing to us probably won't actually help you that much. So if you just want to make sure Jeff Bezos gets less of our money, you can donate to our PayPal, which I'm going to put a link in the chat now. Or you can subscribe to us on Patreon for various rewards, including discounts in the merch store, which you can buy stuff from our big cartel there. Although, as Kirsty said, you won't receive it before Christmas at this point, so don't get your Christmas presents there. Right, okay, I'm going to start drafting a poll while we're on break.
You can get your Christmas presents from the Blizzard shop, as long as they're for people that you're not going to see until, like, February.
And now I have to tend to the dog that was live. I'm very apologize.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
We've had a request in the chat to see the dog. See the dog? I don't see the dog. Nah.
I will do what I can. I no promises.
Cool.
Kirstie, what was the show called? Dragula, was it?
Yes, Dragula, like Dracula, but with a G.
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Yep, I am familiar with Rob Zombie. I just need to check it out.
Yeah. Honestly, the reason I'm so annoyed is because it's such a good show.
Okay.
I thought we were mates. Like Shudder used my pull quote, like in their promotion for the show, and they still didn't even let me know who fucking won. I feel like I'm personally insulted. I'm aware it's the same screener link to every reviewer, but like I am personally insulted.
Why does... Which always does it. I try to do a poll, but it says content does not meet guidelines. I have to find a way of writing dickhead without writing dickhead. Okay, what content doesn't meet guidelines? Is it because I put Boris Johnson in? That well, I have to try and work out why it doesn't meet the guidelines.
Didn't it do this last time where it wouldn't do the poll because you used the word dickhead?
It did, but I've taken that off and it's still doing that. I bet it's dummies. I bet it's crash test dummies. I bet it's that. Let's find out. Let's find out. Yeah, it was dummies. It was crash test dummies. That's what it didn't like.
That's
ridiculous. So I've removed the word dickhead. This is what happens when you just like let algorithms fucking decide what. Like they do very little to stop actual hate raids and fucking.
But they won't let you call something a dummy when it is literally referring to a literal item called a dummy. In hell.
I guess I should vote as well. There's actually I always forget to account for the fact that people are going to be voting for their own nominations if they're in the chat.
I can't believe crash test dummies have got a vote.
Was that not you? I thought that was you did that.
That was no, I didn't vote.
Oh.
I've been in the toilet.
You might have a mobile.
I can't vote in the toilet. How can you even concentrate?
Absolutely, yeah, fair point. I should clarify. The score isn't going to be purely based on this. Some of my own bias will go into it, but I will take this into account.
Oh, damn!
Oh, damn.
Everyone, take your votes back.
No one wants to call Jen a dickhead.
I never would because I know it's one that we've got a few times.
Yeah.
But I thought about doing myself today as the dickhead.
Yeah.
But only because, I'm going to my dad's for a week, so I have no food left in my house because I don't want anything to go off while I'm away or attract rats or stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted a snack, so I opened a box of chocolates that I'd bought my goddaughter for Christmas, and I ate those.
Did they have a wasp in them?
I'm not seeing her over Christmas, so I've got time to replace them. But I was sitting there opening my 8-year-old goddaughter's Christmas present so that I could eat it, kind of feeling like a dick.
We'll get the dog in here as soon as possible.
Love it when people bring their pets. It completely derails the show, but no one cares. Everyone's like, we keep it to a strict time so we don't overrun. Everyone can get on with their evenings or their day if they're elsewhere in the world. And then someone's like, but I have a pet. And then we just spend 20 minutes cooing over the pet. It's always everyone's favourite bit of the show.
I have 4 cats, a dog, and 2 rats. So, I mean...
Okay, so that's what we're doing for the rest of the show. We're just doing show and tell with Jen's pets.
Just FYI, I didn't feel derailed at all. If anything, they sounded like my acting coach. I don't have an acting coach, but I assume that's what they would sound like.
Use Richard. For Dickhead, Lord Tolerable, you use Richard Head. Yeah, well, it turned out that wasn't the problem. It turned out I literally couldn't type the name of the band, the Crash Test Dummies, because Dummies did not meet Twitch's terms and service. I hope they don't ever try to set up a Twitch.
Yeah, the Crash Test incels. Oh, hang on, TOS. Sorry, I I was talking about the batteries, the Duracells.
I love the idea that if the crash test dummy set up a Twitch, they'd have to put an asterisk in, and people would be like, "What song is that?"
You can't even do that though.
I would not get it.
If you start doing that, it picks up that it's meant to be a swear and it still bans it.
The crash test doomies.
Doomies. The crash test pacifiers. yeah.
Crash
test suckers.
They want to feed them.
Crash test 8U135.
That's my Twitch password. No, that's not. Andrew Taylor got pulled up for a moderation stand for commenting on the cigarettes chat using a slang term. Fair. Luckily, I'm grown up and know more than one word, so will not be contacting Toby Young's ludicrous Free Speech Union just yet. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. Skeptic Stream. We always get a serious expert on something on the Q&A. The one question always comes up: can we see your pets? Yeah, that's generally because. Oh, hello.
Oh, all right.
This is Pinto.
Oh, hello, Pinto. Oh, that's adorable.
Does the other one also have like a bean name?
No, the other one is actually Chuck. Here you go. Thank you. If you want to bring him in. Yeah. We had one that was named Peanut, but that one passed. But so they were trying to go, I think, with that kind of theme. But
adorable.
Chuck and Pinto are such a good rat duo.
Still have some time on the poll left if you've not already voted.
Yeah, Johnny, did you put this poll to be on for half an hour?
No, I put it on for 10 minutes because I figured that would be the length of the break. But
okay.
I overestimated apparently.
And here's Chuck.
What's Chuck's surname?
Chuck's surname is likes to crawl in shirts.
That's a phenomenal normative determinism.
Okay, they're going back in their home now. So,
do they live in the guitar?
They have, but trying to clean the rat mess out of there is not very fun.
Hard enough to get a flame out of one of them, let alone anything else.
I can promise you they'd still get a 7 out of 10 from the enemy.
Redeemed bonus points challenge. Best pet. Oh, okay. Who's got the best pet for bonus points? We've already seen Jens. Does anyone else have any pets they want to show off?
My roommate down if you want.
Yeah.
He's a bit shy. But he's very cute and he's house trained.
Okay.
That is something that the rats are not.
Anyone else got any pets they want to either show or talk about?
I have like a plant in the balcony.
Yeah, that'll do.
It's parsley.
Parsley
One
is
of my
good.
favorite breeds.
Yeah. I don't like decorative plants. I feel like they're a waste of time. So, but I did want like a plant to waste my time during lockdown, and it felt like parsley is the best compromise.
Seasoning, yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I can bring it, but I probably could. But I'm not going to do it.
That's fine.
It's also winter, so it's not as pretty as it used to be like 2 months ago. But you have to imagine like the best parsley plant.
Yeah, just like Google parsley plant and then just find the best ones.
Does the tub of lard count as a pet?
When we pick Ryan wins, yeah. Well, I figure as Jen's the only one who we've seen any pets from, I think I've got to give the bonus points to Kirstie's team for that. So that's a bonus 3 points.
I don't have any pets. Like, I might be able to find you a spider, but...
Is there a rule against people in the stream redeeming bonus points challenge and retcon the decision? Yes. If people are in the stream, I will not be taking their retcon decision.
I have redeemed a couple of hydrates and then drunk immediately afterwards.
Oh, I completely missed them. Yeah,
I saw them, but I feel like you should know you are allowed to have water without being told, Katie, if you want to.
Because it's been so long since I've done one of these streams. I've been withering away.
I used to watch Masood Milas when he was streaming, and he had a hydrate function. People just chain select hydrates so that he'd have to just stop talking and just have 7 drinks of water in a row. Really felt for his kidneys.
Over COVID, because I've had permanent dry throat, and to help with the mucus, I've been drinking so much. I never expected with COVID that I would be pissing so much for that reason. And when I had the full body aches, I would have a thing where I'd finally force myself out of bed to go downstairs. I get downstairs, start to pour myself a cup of tea, and immediately need a piss and have to go back upstairs again. It was horrible. No one mentions that part of it. I feel like that should be on all of the adverts.
I had it a year ago. I don't remember how it was too much, except from being really tired.
Yeah. That bit's definitely there.
This is Putin, by the way. She's planning to take over Ukraine.
She's blending into your top. I didn't see her at first. Oh, she's lovely.
She just had some minor surgery, so I'm going to put her down. Let's go with me. Okay. I'm trying to get all the points I can for our team is what I'm doing here.
Well, you did it while Johnny was having a week,
Johnny wasn't here to assign any points. You're going to have to get your cat back.
She's still right here, so.
Johnny, do we get more points for more pets? I don't think they heard me. I think they hadn't had their headphones on.
What do you say?
Do we get more points for more pets?
I don't know. No, what?
Pets
yeah. Enough. I've already scored that now. I gave you plenty of opportunity for more pets, but no one can. So that's all you're getting.
Well,
Okay.
Okay, well, go invade Ukraine.
If we bring a Ukraine on stream, can we get that?
If you bring the whole of Ukraine on the street, yeah, sure.
Just Ukraine.
One Ukraine. Oh, okay.
Ukraine.
Not all of it, just one Ukraine. Okay, sure. I mean, if someone who's not on stream redeems that as a bonus point challenge, I guess. Yeah.
I have to say... Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just they can't come in my house. Very interesting.
That's the point.
I have to say, I can't believe that the perfectly reasonable customer in Katie's woolen shop has won Dickhead of the Month.
Yeah. So, taking that into account, there's actually a tie for 2 people, but they're both on the same team. So Katie and Radu do get the main points for that one.
Yeah.
And also the runner-up points. So that's what that's going to be.
Wait, what was the Tub of Lard's Dickhead of the Month?
Tub of Lard didn't have a Dickhead of the Month because it's Tub of Lard.
The knife that spreads.
Yeah, and no one voted for that. Also, Twitch only actually let you put 5 things on. So normally, if there's all 6 of us, I normally just pick my favorite 3 and then have them. But because there's all 5 of you, I can put all of you on, so we're lovely. Okay, at the end of that round, Kirstie's team are on 11 points, and Katie and Radu technically on 11 points, but because of the multiplier, on 16.5 points.
Okay.
I don't think the scoring system is unfair, but I don't care.
We can turn this round, gang. I'm unfazed.
Right. Too many tabs.
I have 3 more cats. I mean.
Right, okay. Our next game is the Great Debate. Polytechnics are rarely binary. Politics is rarely binary, and there's often complex decisions and solutions that have to be made, which can be tricky when those discussing have hidden power-hungry agendas. So we've taken it upon ourselves to unequivocally solve every single political issue here right now on the stream. And today we are going to be discussing the mandatory COVID passes for certain venue entry in the wake of Omicron. And to discuss this issue, we are joined by Kirstie, who is playing Allegra Stratton, Katie, who is the owner of a club that definitely isn't a front for unspecified nefarious activities, Radu, who is a Tory Rebel MP, Ian, who is Boris Johnson, Jen, who is the Omicron variant, and Ryan was supposed to be the NHS, but because they're so overworked, they cannot be here today. So thank you all for joining. Obviously, this is a very difficult thing to talk about. So let's just start with kind of a broad opening statements from everyone, and then we'll get more into the nitty gritty of it. So we'll start off with Boris himself. So yeah, first of all, opening statements. I have lost. Well, should COVID passports be mandatory for venue entries?
First of all, hello, Boris Johnson. This is how Boris Johnson sounds inside his head, just FYI. So there will be minimal erring or stuttering, and you will generally be able to get a clear sense of what I am saying. I'm basically the dream version of Boris Johnson. If you've ever played Hollow Knight, I'm kind of like a dream boss. So in answer to the question, should COVID passports be mandatory for nightclub entry? The answer is yes. I will now pass you on to the next panelist.
Wonderful answer distinct. I should have really predicted you were going to say that, given that was literally your decision. Okay, well, move on to, I guess, your main opponent in this, the Tory rebel, Radu. Do you think COVID passes should be mandatory for entries to nightclubs, big sport matches, and other large events?
I think they should be mandatory in communist China.
Well, okay. I don't know how much sway we have over communist China, but I'll be sure to pass that on to them. Thanks very much. Short and sweet. I like it. Okay. Well, let's talk to someone who's in one of these venues who might be affected. Katie, what are your opinions on mandatory COVID passes to enter your nightclub? Do you think this is a good thing, bad thing? What are your thoughts?
I don't want to know who these people are. They're coming to my club. They bring their money. No taxes, no problems, is all I'm saying. I don't care what colour the passports are. I don't vote. I'm a libertarian. And people just come in for a good time. Sometimes have a good time with COVID, sometimes not. I'm a very nice man. I don't discriminate.
Well, thank you very much, Katie.
Trust people.
I think that's raised more questions than answered, but I appreciate it. We'll get on more into that later. We've got Allegra Stratton, obviously former advisor, but you might still have some important points to make. So are you in favour or against the mandatory COVID passports for nightclubs and big events?
I mean, I'm not doing that. Like the commoners can, but not me. Like, yeah, the rest of you, yeah, but not me, obviously.
What if you're at an event with commoners as well?
Oh, I wouldn't be. Ugh. No. No, like, it's not COVID I'm worried about. It's that fucking pleb germs. Ugh.
The pleb variant. Okay, thanks. Okay, and last but not least, we got the Omicron variant. Are you for or against these passports?
I am against them because I just want to get down and have fun with my fellow youths. I know I'm underage, but I don't think that a passport is like the right way to go. Because no, I just want to hang out, like get to know you. You know, maybe make out, maybe.
Do you go to this nefarious club that Katie's running by any chance?
Go to any club that have me. I just love it. I just love dancing all night long. I just like fluttering between people, and I'm a social butterfly is really what I'm talking about.
Omicron, the social butterfly. I love it. Well, now we've heard opening statements from all of you. Got a few more questions. Feel free to, this is kind of open to the panel. Feel free to debate with your fellow debaters. I don't know, one of them. So would it not be wiser, do you think, to go back into...
We prefer variants.
Oh, yeah, variants, yeah. Do you think it would be wise to go back into a full lockdown as a circuit breaker rather than impose these restrictions?
No! No! We've changed the name of the club over the past after the past 3 weeks. We do it every month because we're cool and happening. We're Shark Time now. And still nothing strange happens here. But I don't want to know who comes in and out. They can just do what they want. And, I might recognise some of the people on the panel, might not. I'd never say. And that's because I run a reputable business. And, only reputable people come. So why would we need a COVID passport?
I love the Shark Club. That that's my favorite. Baby Shark.
That is indeed a particularly pleasing beat, and I would like to say to Katie regarding your statements. Firstly, I think you should vote, and secondly, whilst I understand that you don't want to know everything about the people who go into your club, I feel that the COVID passports are not necessarily as detailed as you might think they are. They are simply a list of the person's name, address, and if they are well or not. And you want
double no.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. There is a way of
inventory. What about somebody like me that lives everywhere?
What about could you please rephrase the question so it makes sense?
No, because I'm a baby.
Okay. Well, listen, Omicron, I think you will have some very useful input into this debate, and I'm going to ensure that the moment you turn 18, that you will be on the panel of people I speak to about these things regularly in order to be able to come to a decision. Right now, however, I'm afraid...
You think you'll be Prime Minister in that long? I mean, it's only been 2 months, so, I mean...
It's very much up to the people. So, no.
I hope this doesn't age badly.
Were you referring to me there, Johnny?
Yeah, I was.
But I certainly hope I don't age badly either.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for your concern.
You're very welcome. Okay, so there's been a few issues with. So obviously, I think you were about to touch on this. There's if you don't have the COVID, if you don't have the NHS app, you can show your vaccination card. But the problem, yeah, can you not? Oh well, then you can't ignore that.
Not according to where I tried to go for dinner on Saturday. No.
How dare! Wow. What bellends? Sorry, I'm impartial. So there is an issue.
I feel there is no such thing as impartiality, Johnny. So I should let that aspect of yourself come out. And apologies for interrupting as well. That is not normally in my nature.
That is absolutely fine. Thank you for being so polite. So yeah, there are issues with people trying to sign up to the app, but maybe not having access to photographic ID such as passports and driving licenses because they're increasingly difficult to get and expensive. So what would you propose we do about this? Are these issues that you've discussed? Are these issues that there are workarounds for if someone cannot use the app? Are there other ways they can verify their vaccination status to enter these venues?
It's really important that we have microscopes so you can make sure that that you can tell that I'm the right variant. You don't want some other variant to come in there. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of the passports, but I don't want to be mistaken for something else. Like SARS-1. Jeez, it's so last year.
We did discuss, actually, in Parliament, the idea of giving everyone their own personal microscope for this very purpose, Omicron. So, actually, contrary to what you said before, you do appear to be more than mature enough for this discussion. I thank you for your contribution. But as it stands, the I'm sorry, what was it called again? The microscope. That's it. Yes, my bad. The microscope idea was nixed ultimately on behalf, or on the grounds rather, that it would be too costly. I feel like Boris Johnson may be waking up as my slickness that I originally affected in my dream state now seems to be subsiding slightly.
Okay, well, so there were some criticisms that while many are in agreement that this is a good thing to be bringing it in, namely the opposition as well have supported the bringing in of this policy.
Keir Starmer, great guy.
I actually quite like him.
Some are wondering that maybe it's a bit late to be bringing this in now that we're already on incredibly high case numbers, possibly even higher than at the beginning of the original variant in March of 2020. So do you not think this is a bit late to be bringing in these measures, and will it be enough to fight this new variant?
That's my fault. That's totally my fault. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Radu, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I totally agree. Sorry about that. Number of
Omicron, could you keep your hands to yourself, please?
Oh, can you imagine how professional it would be having COVID on a panel discussion like this? That would be really embarrassing.
Go on.
Oh yeah, so I was going to say I partially forgot what I was going to say. Yes, we are right now. We are something at like we have like 50 times more cases than we had like when we went into the initial lockdown, like 50 times more per day. But I feel like if history taught us anything in these past 2 years, is that no matter what we do, the cases are going to go down in like March. Let's just wait for it. Why? By the time we finish the debate, it's going to be like late February. There's no point in introducing like the passport vaccine, the vaccine passports in March. That's my point, and it's December, and we don't have time to do it. Let's just ignore the problem. We have other problems that we could focus on. It's not like it's the only problem. There are like other things.
I don't have enough people in my club because they're too frightened of the Omicron. Why not let the Omicron in the club, and then everyone can see what a cute little baby Omicron is? Coochie coo under his chin. Look at her.
Well, I have 2 points to make about that. Firstly, Katie, you should vote. And secondly, Radu, you and I work for the same party, and you and I know each other very well. And I feel that public places like this are not the best optically for us to discuss this kind of thing. So I think we should have a proper discussion about this away from these braying panelists here. Apologies for the derogatory language, but you know who you are. And we will actually be able to come to an agreement about all this.
Mr. Boris, I thoroughly agree, unless you want me to vote for the passport.
All I'm saying is I'm putting my offer on the table, and I think you should take it. For the sake of your job, I think you should take it.
I agree for as long as you keep your job.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, I will enjoy the next month of agreement.
This is a death sentence if you do this. I will go away and I'll be sad.
See? This is what you're causing.
Omicron, what's your favourite kind of beer?
I'm too old. I'm not old enough to drink beer.
Well, we'll find one that you like, and we'll discuss it over a pint.
Okay.
What do you say?
Can I just have soda?
No. Allegra Stratton, any thoughts?
You repeat the question, please? I think my internet glitched out.
Well, I mean, the question. Well, I forgot what the original question was, but I think Ian was just asking about whether Omicron could just have soda instead of a bit. Boris, sorry.
That's okay. It's an understandable mistake to make.
They're very similar names.
I would recommend, given we, pay for everything with taxpayer money, get the most expensive drink at the bar.
Okay. I feel that we've solved this issue then. So we're all agreed that COVID passports should be mandatory for nightclub entry. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you very, very much.
I still had questions. We've kind of touched on this before, but how will these restrictions impact hospitality industry as a whole? Are there going to be any protections or support in place for businesses like Katie's, whatever it is they do, to ensure they don't go under during this time?
Well,
wasn't anybody thinking about me? And nobody's thinking about me. If you put these in place, I could die. I could die off.
Oh.
First it's the white rhino, and then it's me. I don't know what's going to happen.
I would like to shake your hand.
I don't have hands.
I would like to shake your unspecified body part.
I just have mRNA strands.
You'll have to forgive me. Unlike my usually awake counterpart, I don't wish to pretend that I know my way around any beings as it stands. So I will allow you to explain your physiognomy to me, and then I will make the appropriate gesture.
I did hear that you had I did hear that you had a nice daughter. I'd like to make her acquaintance someday.
I will have to screen you first, but I will definitely keep that idea on the table. I am the table. Sorry.
Okay. So, are you hoping that bringing in these mandatory COVID passports will tackle the vaccine hesitancy issue, whereby a large number of people are still not even had their first 2 vaccinations, let alone the boosters?
Yes.
Cool. Does anyone want to elaborate on that, or are we done?
My mate Vinny does the vaccines round the back. Vinny vaccines, that's what we call it. You get a free one with a pint and a booster with a shot. It's the way we do things round here. In Coventry, where my club is.
Oh God. Are you wearing a beret but doing like Italian American accent?
You didn't have a problem when I was wearing a shark earlier.
Yes, I feel Johnny's
because you were doing the appropriate accent for a shark. Sorry, Boris, I was interrupting you. Carry on.
That is quite all right. I feel like I made my point in the few words I was able to get out. And rather than drag it into the ground as I would normally do, I'm going to just stop there and give people the benefit of the doubt as regards to their intelligence.
Well, thank you very much. So, yeah, I guess final couple of questions. First of all, what impact do you think this will have on the NHS? Obviously, they're close to being overwhelmed with the Omicron variant at the minute. Will this be enough to offset that, or will they still kind of reach that breaking point? And if so, what will you do to solve these issues?
Yes.
Yes.
Look, the NHS is broken. It's been broken since before COVID. We need to privatize it.
Okay,
You don't need an NHS, Vinny. He'll take your arm off, he'll take your leg off, no worries. Come down to Coventry. We'll get you some of our special brew and special powders. Be fine. I can find you a kidney.
Katie, two things. First of all, you should vote. And secondly, we need the NHS because we need somewhere for punters to have an after party after they've been to your club. So we need to keep that very much going, you see?
Oh, did they run the A&E?
Yes.
Oh, I love that club.
It's good, isn't it? Yes. I mean, so I've heard. I can't possibly speak from personal experience, but I assume...
And I've never seen you before. Alive or dead, or as you actually are, awake or dreaming.
Without meaning to be rude, you only have one eye, so I can understand why you might miss the occasional Prime Minister.
Okay, I think we probably want to round that up soon. Are there any last statements you want to make before we close this debate forever and declare a solution?
No.
Well, if the Prime Minister says it.
I'm not speaking for everyone else here. I'm merely speaking for myself. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK.
Right, okay. I think we can end that there then. Thank you. I once again, I'm in a either who I want to give the points to, but it is, again, 2 people who are on the same team, but this time KIRSTIE's team. So you're getting the points for that round. Although everyone did wonderfully. Jen, don't make me fucking cry for Omicron. Far too adorable. And I really enjoyed Katie's outfits as well. And yeah, that was fantastic. Well done, everyone.
I spent hours working on them.
I can tell. It's Mike Wazowski at the end. I really enjoyed it. Lord Topical, this Boris Johnson impresses and terrifies me. It was a very impressive and terrifying Boris Johnson. I'll give it that. Stay in character, Johnny. Come on, put a shift in. No, there's a reason I'm a host, because I don't want to stay in character. Baby Omicron, I know, so cute. Hair is. You're all very attractive. Thank you very much, Bobby Jones 55. Only straight people decorate. Yeah, sure. Heads up, everyone. No walk-in COVID boosters for under 30s in Casey's club, in Casey's club Sharps room. Fantastic. We'll go there. Wonderful. Okay. But before we do that, we'll move on to the final round, which is one which no topical show will be complete without. It's the round that lets comedians show off with easy winning gags. This is things that would be funny if they happened, except they didn't. But let's just pretend they did for a laugh anyway. I will be giving the panelists topics and scenarios for them to contribute to. Points will go to the funniest. So our first topic for everyone is cut scenes from Fantastic Beasts 3.
J.K. Rowling apologizes to everyone.
Something to be cut has to be recorded first.
The Boomtown Rats frontman, Bob Geldof, calls Fantastic Beasts 3 a repugnant gooseberry fuck pig.
Any more for that one?
Eddie
Yeah.
Red.
Go on.
Eddie Redmayne's character describing trans women as beast as per J.K. Rowling's wishes, still not most transphobic thing he's done in a film.
Beast of Bodmin losing his shit that he's not considered fantastic and further advancing the Cornish independence movement.
Okay, next one. Things you didn't see in Formula One.
Beast of Bodmin riding a unicycle and throwing pasties to the disgruntled crowd.
Before they broadcast it or before the race starts, all of the commentators go like, brah, brah, like for 2 minutes straight just to get it out their system.
People leaving the stands after the race, kind of going, well, that was disappointing. You got to see the cars once in a while.
It's not as good as Ski Electrics, is it?
The pre-race drinking, you don't see that.
Mr. Bean driving full pelt into a Robin Reliant.
A little girl watching the Formula One on the telly and going, can I watch that when I've grown up? And we're like, no, there's not going to be a planet, mainly because of all the petrol they use at Formula One.
Oh, by the way, do you guys know how much global warming defending the Falkland Islands causes? just sending like a big ship of planes and helicopters there. And tests and fucking just practicing for a war. Just the practice for a war is ruining the planet at this point.
Based.
Any more for that one? Cool. Okay. Bad things for your Alexa to say.
I work for Elon Musk now.
I'm not really listening.
Tell me to fuck off one more time. I'm doubling the number of ads I play you.
Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm not in control of your smart fridge. You're on your own.
The twit longer about your difficult year got 2 likes. I think they have these pauses in Mock the Week as well.
Yeah, I think they do. Okay, any more for that one?
Sorry, no.
No, that's fine. Okay, final one. Things you didn't see at the Downing Street Christmas party.
Quick question.
Me.
Didn't see anything because it didn't happen. Fake news. Fucking made it happen.
The dealer coming in and leaving. Dealers that are very discreet.
Ken Dodd.
Larry the cat. That cat is the only good person in Downing Street.
That cat
True.
is complicit.
No. Definitely not Keir Starmer. But he was like standing on the wheelie bins around the back trying to like gate crash.
Yeah, if someone leaves the call now, then we'll get an exact representation of Keir Starmer, like because it'll be cut off at the bottom. That image made sense in my head.
I'm surprised nobody has said Secret Santa gifts. Because
Secret Satan, more like. Hey, lads.
Okay, any more of them before we can calculate the final scores?
That's all I got, Chief.
Work.
Giving you
then.
everything.
Okay, I'll just work out the final scores now, whilst reminding everyone to please give us your money because we're all very skinned. And I'm
See,
trying.
Bob Geldof's here as well.
Yep.
We don't even know it's Christmas time.
No,
Come
we
on.
don't. We do not know it's Christmas time. Yeah. I don't know why that tickles me so much. We don't know it's Christmas time. Right, okay. I'm going to send Sam the final scores now. Once I find my closed Facebook. Well, you'll have to reopen that now. So yeah, if you're enjoying this quality ad-libbing I'm doing, you can support that by donating via one of the means in the chat now, as well as throwing bits to us or subscribing as well. But we don't stream more than like a couple times a month. So whether you want to subscribe or just give us money in like ways where Amazon don't get any of the money, that's entirely up to you. We appreciate it either way, but hint. God, Sam, where are you? There we are. I messaged like every comedian on the circuit trying to find a replacement for Ryan, so Sam's was like really right down the bottom of of my recent messages. Okay, I have sent the scores over. So while Sam gets that ready, so we saying that we are next here next week actually for our New Year's special, where we'll be saying goodbye to 2021 and hello to a suspiciously similar 2022 with myself, Kirstie Summers, Quimby Harley, Bobby Jones, Ella Bambus, Tom B, and Katie Mitchell. Sam,
that bloody nightclub owner.
Okay, the scores are ready. So at the end of the game, Kirstie's team finished with 27, but Katie and Radu just take it with 33 points.
Wow.
And
I was expecting to win, but not at such a big margin.
Yep. And I did not give you the 1.8 multiplier, and you still won. So.
Hey.
Turns out the multiplier was in your heart all along.
Hey, Radu, you can come back anytime if we're going to score this highly.
Oh, absolutely.
It's also not my thing to invite you on. But...
Also, you do realise that if you lose on Katie's team next time, then you're gone. You can't.
Yeah, it's very much like the Dragula of the thing. That was an attempt at a callback.
Yeah.
Quite copious diet.
We have entered the behind the scenes portion of the stream where we just explain all the jokes you didn't get first time.
Yeah, these are the footnotes.
So thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do throw some money away if you can. If you can't, yell about how great we are on social media. All links are in the Twitch chat. And if you are not someone who can spare money because we are living in the apocalypse, that is valid. Just leave us a review on Facebook, tag us on Twitter, that kind of thing, and then make your rich friends or acquaintances know that we exist. Although realistically, because we are such a radical leftist socialist comedy night, we do tend to have a target audience who are unfortunately skint most of the time.
How about so don't tell your rich friends we exist, but tell us they exist and we can eat them and not need your money anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Either give us money or overthrow capitalism so we don't need to ask for money.
Like, we don't need to put food on the table if we've got like a rich people barbecue going.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's the end of the show. Tune in next week at 6 p.m. I believe. I should know this around that time for our final stream of the year as we say goodbye to 2021 with myself, Kirstie Summers, Quimby Harley, Bobby Jones, Ella Bambus, Tom B, and Katie Mitchell, where we'll be discussing the highlights of 2021, like that time when when. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.